Okay, good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday.
Good morning.
Nice sunny day here in Kentucky.
It is.
Reading up there. Today we're finishing up the third part of the parallel, talking about Jesus heals two blind beggars. And this time we're in Luke chapter 18, starting at verse 35. As Jesus approached Jericho, a blind beggar was sitting beside the road. When he heard the noise of the crowd going past, he asked what was happening. They told him that Jesus the Nazarene was going by. So he began shouting, "Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me." "Be quiet," the people in front yelled at him. But he only shouted louder, "Son of David, have mercy on me." When Jesus heard him, he stopped and ordered that the man be brought to him. As the man came near, Jesus asked him, "What do you want me to do for you?" "Lord," he said, "I want to see." And Jesus said, "All right, receive your sight. Your faith has healed you." Instantly the man could see, and he followed Jesus, praising God. And all who saw it praised God too. Another commentary. Beggars often would wait along the roads near cities because that was where they could contact the most people. Usually disabled in some way, beggars were unable to earn a living. Medical help was not available for their problems, and people tended to ignore their obligation to care for the needy, which was found in Leviticus chapter 25, verses 35 through 38. Thus, beggars had little hope of escaping their degrading way of life. But this blind beggar took hope in the Messiah. He shamelessly cried out for Jesus' attention, and Jesus said that his faith allowed him to see. No matter how desperate your situation may seem, if you call out to Jesus in faith, he will help you. The blind man called Jesus Son of David, a title for the Messiah in Isaiah 11, verses 1 through 3. This means that he understood Jesus to be the long-awaited Messiah. It is interesting to note that the poor and blind beggar could see that Jesus was the Messiah, while the religious leaders who saw his miracles were blinded to his identity and refused to recognize him as the Messiah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. One thing that stuck out when you was reading the passage in this part 3 of three-part parallel, is it said, receive your sight. Mm-hmm. So Jesus gave him a gift, but he had to be able to receive it. Yeah. And that's how our salvation works too. Jesus is offering everyone a gift of salvation, right? But we have to receive it. Yep.
And in Luke's account here, it's noted that all who saw it praised God too. Right. And that's how I think here, especially in America, we see miracles every day of, especially those, lately in this age of modern technology and everything, where again we see people that we have known and seen do some really disgusting things and have turned, and they've said, "Jesus turned me, and now I follow him," and cleaned up their life, and it's very clear that Jesus helped them. And yet we're like, we just kind of don't care.
And I think that's a lot, is we just don't care.
Yeah, and so, or we don't really believe it, or we have a lot of doubts, or lack of empathy or sympathy or anything like that.
They'll fall back to the way they were.
Yeah,
just give them time.
I remember them when they did this, that, and the other thing, which a lot of people could say that about you and me.
That's what I was thinking, and I'm no different. I'm right in there of one that changed, and then I'll be honest, I did fall back, and then I changed again and rededicated my life to Christ. Right. And I'm hoping that the people that used to know me see the difference, that I don't live in the way that I used to live then.
And I guess it just came to my mind, so I guess I'm just going to let it out because I feel I should. But an example of that is, I don't know, I'm part of Gen X, right? Yeah. So are you? Yep. And I'm sure people know who Alice Cooper is, right? Man called himself Alice, wore all the makeup, sung a lot of songs that probably most people would claim to be demonic. Yeah. He goes on TV all the time telling people Christ found him, or he found Christ, and has abandoned all of that and is going around sharing his story about how Christ healed him, changed him.
Right.
So it's just like any other thing. The guy hanging on a cross next to Jesus. He deserved death. He wasn't up there because he was a good person.
Right.
Christ saved him.
You'll be with me today in paradise.
Today, not in a zillion years from now, but right now, as soon as we're done here.
You don't have to do anything else.
Nothing else.
You believe.
That's it. There's no baptism. There was no confession. There was no nothing. Just said, you believe? Okay.
Yep.
And so it just bothers me a lot that we don't give enough credit to people who do change.
Right. And Jesus even talks about how it's harder for people in your own family to receive your testimony than it is a stranger.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that we stop telling people the story. We should still tell people the story, even though their hearts are hard.
Well, that's why I brought Alice Cooper. Because, I know that guy. He used to dress up in women's clothes or whatever he did and sing all these demonic songs. There ain't no way he turned to Christ. Yeah, he really did.
And he's telling his testimony.
Yeah.
And that's what we all should do, is tell our testimony.
Yeah. I mean, again, for myself, people know me from way back when. We go, hey, no way. So it's just nothing is too much for God. And that's really the point.
Right.
There is nothing there that is too much for God not to turn around.
He can heal everything.
Everybody and everything.
But we have to be willing
to accept
it.
Yeah. Okay, long-winded commentary there, but hope everybody enjoys their day, and we will talk to you later.